Naina, you're muted.
All right, so good evening once again. Good evening, good evening. Pay attention here. Let me just stop the screen just to show my face to everyone. And today is an exciting day. We had a fantastic opening by Sudeepa. Thank you, Sudeepa, for that wonderful introduction. And can we have a round of applause for Sudeepa for such a warm welcome every single day? Thank you. Today is a special day for Brainciti because we are not only learning, we are not only teaching and training, but we are also learning. We are learning every single day to be in the platform. Early 5 a.m. onwards, there are several programs designed, and every week of the day, there is some program or the other. We are readers because we have book review clubs. We are entrepreneurs and we train entrepreneurs. That's why we have eConnect Club. We are rituals and decision makers, and we follow something called as, am I missing the word? What is the word I'm looking for, which we do every single day? Anybody in the group? What is it called if we do it meticulously every single day?
5 a.m. rituals.
5 a.m. rituals is okay, but something which good thing we do, and we also do something
SPM.
very
SPM.
Habit. That's right, Sudeepa. Thank you so much. Habit. We create healthy habits and we stick on to it. Those who are not very keen on making new habits, we have a program called Mastermind. And I request everyone to stay after the program if you want to know more about the Mastermind program. As I was saying, we are learners and we are also learning how to show ourselves outside in the society, outside world. So what is that one medium which we need to be very, very enthusiastic about is the digital media or the social media. Raise your hands if you're here today to learn more about digital media, social media. Come on, raise your hands or use the reaction button. That's like it. That's like it. Every single day we bring in new topics, and today we are talking about digital media, and we are not bringing naturally somebody, we are bringing a specialist. So let me introduce the speaker for today. Okay, she has been in the banking and insurance for past more than a decade almost. She started with her career with Bajaj Alliance Life Insurance. She was also part of Birla Sun Life Insurance. Then she moved into HSBC. Currently, she is pursuing her passion in digital media, and she's taken up a course in IIM Kozhikode. She's also part of our Brainciti program. And let us now share the screen and use the reaction button once again and welcome the host. Welcome the speaker for today. She is a transformational coach, business consultant, founder of N2N Consultants. Today she'll be talking about cost-effective digital marketing strategies to boost branding. And good evening, Nidhi. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure to welcome you on this platform. Thank you for joining in, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Naina, and two beautiful ladies giving the hosting. So hats off to you all. And these two ladies are the backbone in terms of 5 a.m. They're running the show. So early morning risers doing all rituals. So all gratitude to you. And a very warm good evening to everyone out here. Now, something about myself. So I have over 15 years of experience. I started with HDFC Bank, then into insurance sector. I started my consulting 10 years back with 2 kids. So I am a mother of 2, 15 and 9. Have a passion towards working because I think your brain should keep on working. It should be productive. So started like, with COVID, the latest trend is work from home, but I started work from home 10 years back. I've taken a lot of assignments and done with Byju's, with a lot of banks. I've been consulting with a lot of listed banks and broking houses, FMCG, all doing great. And thanks to their team, they have been always open and welcoming the quality of work rather than being an office and a work. So luckily, by God's grace, now I have an office in my home itself for my convenience. So with that, let's start with what we need to do. So all here, all the participants. So how many of you are on social media? Can I have on your chat? Yes. How many of you are active on social media? Minimum 10 minutes. Minimum. Why? Wow. Cool. Amazing. So now can I have them know the platform on which you are active the most? On which platforms are you guys active? So whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn, where? Siddharth says Facebook, then we have Nana Insta, Anujit LinkedIn, Tadaji says I do, Kanan WhatsApp, okay. Now, why you guys are so much onto digital? Anybody? Josh, would you like to answer that? Okay, cool.
I just enjoyed myself on the music, maybe nothing, nothing more than just an entertainment source for me.
Cool. So it's a refreshing, it's entertainment, it's a break from your daily routine, whatever you're doing. And everybody wants to be on their favorite platform, whichever gives them refreshment. So that's all is about the social media. So let me start off with the slides. So myself, transformational and business coach, transformational coach and business consultant. I'm a very spiritual person, and since 12 years, I've been practicing a lot of psychology thing, meditation and other things. Now, what is branding? Would anybody would like to share their views on brand? Just one word, whatever comes, when the brand word comes, what comes in your mind? Can I have in the chat box? With the brand, what comes in your mind? Maybe a brand name would be coming in your mind. Anything. What is okay? Promotions, immediate recognition. Gucci. Oh, you want to buy Gucci? Cool. Money. Brand means money. Okay. Profit. Reputation. Unique item selling. Cool. Yes, these all are part of brand. Now, okay, here I am in front of you. Okay, I'll do little changes, right? I put in my specs down. And so I was here as a speaker. And how am I looking now? Can I have in the chat box comment? What do you think my profile is, or what I'm going to do now? Sporty, cool. What else? Earlier profile was better. Cool. Oh, golf play, trendy, cool. Yes, it's all reflects all that. But now when I go with, oh, how am I looking? With Bandi and this. Any reactions button? South Indian. Okay, yes, a lot of people tell me that when I go to South. So Arun, anybody else on the reaction? Okay, namaste, traditional. Perfect. Right. Now I'll do one more little change with myself. And I'll do what comes. Sadhu at times. Okay, cool. Right. So, branding is homely. Oh, that's a very sweet word. Thank you so much. Branding is, that's what branding does. You have a product, and how do you wrap it? How do you show it? Quality comes next. What is the deep product comes next? Because first is you brand. How are you selling the brand? What are the features? How are you creating the awareness? Second, always is the feel and the use of the product. First is always the look, the appearance. And that what is called branding. How are you branding yourself? So with the brand elements, there are a lot of things which get associated. Your short phrase and communication, like Nike says, just do it. With now, if I say Cadbury's, what does come in your mind? Can I have in the chat pattern the reactions? What comes in your mind when I say Cadbury? What is your reaction? Okay. So every brand would have a name. They will have a slogan. They have a punchline. They would have an emotions. They have a musical message. Okay. And there would be character. Like in Vodafone, they started with the dog. And packaging. Sometimes the color reflects the brand. In branding, every color symbolizes one emotion. It's all mentioned in the color variations. Okay, when we talk about brand building process, so we do internal, external assessment. How do you want to portray what you want to do? Identify the point of differentiation, your uniqueness, how you are different from your competitors, what you're doing. What kind of promise are you giving with your branding? Because whatever you will do as branding, the field should be the same. Because first, you are creating an awareness. Second is the experience. That should match. Then we have blueprint. What are the virtuals, visuals we are sending across? What is the content that we are using? What is the brand culture we are promoting? And what is the advantage of the brand? Okay, anybody who understands brand image and brand identity. So what do you understand by brand image? Anybody who would like to unmute and share the brand image? What happens? Brand
actually that impression that created. What is the effectiveness and the impression you have with your brand, whether it's your own personality or whether it's any product.
Right. So brand identity is actual your product. What do you want to focus on? Whereas the brand image, what are you communicating? What other person is taking the brand as? Like if you'll see Maggie promotes as 2 minutes. That is what the brand image Maggie Nestle has created, 2 minutes. The personality, the perception is quick to eat. But what is brand identity actually? Does it cook in 2 minutes? Yes, it's a quick meal, you don't have to struggle yourself as if you are hungry. It's just 2 minutes. It's really quick, but is it 2 minutes? So they have created that value of stomach filling, the tastiness, the 2 minutes concept. So that is how the consumer is perceiving. And in middle is branding. So in case if you are able to communicate to your customer well, what your product is and the way they are perceiving, then that is digital marketing. That is your brand. So a person needs to be very creative, very perfect in terms of understanding the things. Because if you're not communicating it properly, your brand will lose the image. And the brand image, once you lose it, it's difficult to get back. The way Maggie has suffered, but the Maggie lovers were so high that still they were able to bounce back. So any idea, in total population, what is the percentage of population which is there on social media? So can I have the percentage world population wise in the chat box? How many of them are there on the social media or internet? What do you think? What is the percentage? 50. Okay. Anybody else? So, the total population which is there on social media or internet users are 63.2, which is very high. If I'll remove below 18 people, and if I'll remove the people who are, are not technology savvy, then it's a very high number, 63.2. And this is why we call it is trending and it is cost effective. So brand user awareness, the major part of social media and digital marketing is build brand awareness, because everybody is there on digital. You need to promote. If you have a digital awareness, people know your company, people know your website, people know, what are you serving, what is the product range, what are the features of your product, where can I get my product. When it comes to eatables, it is now the must to have your visibility on Zomato, Swiggy, right? You want to order something, that will open a new channel for you, because one shop is a closed shop. But when you go on the internet and you are listed on Swiggy, Zomato, your options, your visibility increases. That is what is brand awareness. At one click, you get connected with thousands of people. But can you do that sitting in your office? No. So this is what the digital platform is all about. Synergy. It's so fast. At one click, you boost your message and it's all across where people know you. It creates brand reputation. It builds a lot of engagements. And once you have a good brand, it's easy to sell. People are like, I want this. I want to eat Cadbury or Ferrero Rocher, like, whichever is classy and trendy, people go by that. So we have digital experience in, into different things. So how it is cost? What do you think digital experience? Okay, so one is content marketing. How do you are communicating, the words that you're using. SEO, social engine optimization, that is organic search. Then we have integrated planning, which always on campaign, how you're boosting your, which geography are you targeting. Multi-channel analytics, which channels are you using? So you can boost your channels on different platforms, with YouTube, with Google Ads, with Insta, with Facebook, with LinkedIn. So you need to select the channel, whether you are into B2B sales, whether you are into B2C sales. You need to segregate. You need to differentiate the geography, your clients, the age group, and even when you go to digital, which instruments they would be using, whether it would be laptop, phone, and other things, right? Then we have email marketing and marketing automation and social media marketing. So what are the cost-effective techniques? One is public relation. How do you think the public relation matters in social media? Anybody? Okay, so social, anybody who loves to brand himself. Now, how many people have how many friends on Facebook, right? So if you take yourself as a brand, that is your public relation. So if you post anything and if you have got good network, good relation, automatically your followers are good. So that is public relations. Okay, then we have influential marketing. It's a new trend where we have influencers. They one ad or one support to one brand that I have got this, and these are the good features, do buy it. So this is trending. This is very cost effective and people do buy it. And it uses the hashtags, it uses the codes. So you will find a lot of discount codes which are being used. That is with influential marketing and with the channels on which you're selling. Right? Then we have content strategy. A lot of people think, let me use very heavy words, very techno savvy and all. But believe me, when normal people search the same words on the search engine, it doesn't come. The content needs to be very simple, very interactive, very creative, simple, as you should be able to touch somebody's heart, and very unique. Don't try to follow or copy anybody. Once you're trying to copy anybody or you're trying to push somebody down, right? A lot of people would love to say like this line, and they would like to cover with their own upper line to put some brand down. So that doesn't work, because then the SEO catches it and it shows that you're trying to boost yourself more. So it will pull your content down. So always have a creative content. Be unique with yourself. Okay. Then we have got personal touch. Now, a lot of brands would use videos, attractive, creative instincts, which brand says. Then partner up when possible. So a lot of time you will have, different type of co-branding, sponsors. This also helps in this boost everything. Now with this, I'll show one very nice video to you guys. Yo, so what was this? It's a campaign which is done by the Dubai government, Live Your Story, where they have portrayed, shared all the tourist places which is worth visiting, worth creating moments in your life. And that's what it is all about. A visual experience, yes, it does. You know, when it comes to countries, tourist is one of the biggest industry where they earn a lot in terms of currency, in terms of employment, in terms of money. The revenue is huge. And that's what it is all about. At one click, you send this video across, and Dubai is rocking in terms of IPLs, in terms of visitors, in terms of many things. Because the Dubai government is very good with the administration, and you know, the way COVID cases are also low there. So I'll share one more company's video, which is amazingly well doing till now.
India turned to more than 6 crore small businesses, and they've been fighting for survival after the coronavirus outbreak and the lockdowns. Presenting not just a Cadbury ad. We advertised not just for ourselves, but for thousands of small businesses across India. I love it. The idea was innovative, but the technology and execution was challenging. Most of the stores in India don't have a digital presence. So we had to manually feed our system to create a database of local retailers, mapping them to their location, which we identified through PIN codes. As the ad was served to an individual, an algorithm located the PIN code and then mapped the various local stores in that PIN code and served the one closest to the individual in real time. The AI-enabled system created thousands of permutations for the localized version of the same ad. So many that it is even impossible to track. This resulted in the first ever hyper-personalized ad ever. One that ensured every single person that saw the ad supported a local store. Because when all of us support our local stores, all of us can have a happy Diwali, not just a Cadbury ad.
You know, there was a very bad time with COVID, and Cadbury took up as a very initial step of supporting. Cadbury took this very supportive step for their community, for their distributors, retailers, in terms of how they can support them, plus how they can, you know, continue with the supply of Cadbury to all their consumers. And that's how they did a very beautiful platform. It is the most hardest way of campaigning, believe me. You know, getting all the PIN codes, retailers, and everybody. Like this was this till now, this is the most creative one, the most customized one, the campaign which is being run by any company till now, because one PIN code with at one place. So every area you will find different retail shops, chains in terms of watching. So they have targeted here the consumers, the retailers, the chain, everything was customized. And that was a very beautiful step taken by Cadbury, which was being supported by all their retailers, distributors, in terms of what they had done. Because Cadbury should go to each house, whether it is Diwali or it is COVID or anything, it should be there with everyone. And that was the concept. And that's what the branding is. Branding is all about how you are touching the heart of your consumers. What the emotions are you sending? How you are communicating yourself. A positive touch, a positive communication is like clicks like this. And when it is negative, it pulls you down like that. So be positive, be supportive. And that's how you bring people together. So during this COVID, that's what the Cadbury did. It brought everybody together in terms of their consumers and their retailers, distributors. And that's how they had been standing very strong. And even the Parle-G didn't require any campaigning at this time, because they were whole across distribution of Parle-Gs at this time. Small petty packs were more sellable. So that is what the branding is. Yeah, perfect. So thank you so much for that. So anybody, would like to have any questions, then I'll take up the next part. Regarding anything like brand, if anybody has any question, digital marketing, how we can promote, what we can do. So these are the cost effective, where we need to work on the cost, content marketing. We need to highlight on campaigning. We need to highlight on the visuals, the colors, instincts. When we are a child, what hits us? What do we learn the most? Do we learn more from reading, or do we learn more from listening? Or reading and listening and watching both? Sure, Sunita, we'll take up this. So as a good motivational speaker, what is your target audience? And what do you want to speak on the motivation? So that content, you need to do it. What would be your target audience in terms of what age group are you targeting, right? And what is your current position? So are you going under rebranding, or you just want to scale up your branding? That would be few questions that once they are answered. So would you like to unmute yourself?
Yes, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Yeah, nice joining with this session. Nice to joining with this session. Myself, Sunil, and I'm a soft skills trainer and a motivational speaker. And I don't say that I have created my own brand, but creating my own way. And just I wanted to, I want to expand and extend myself. And just I am just created my brand. I don't say that I didn't created my brand, but up to certain level. But I want to expand myself, and I want to use the social media. I want to create a content such a way that that I can connect to the people, to various groups of people, that how can motivate. And majorly I'm going to concentrating motivating young India and women empowerment. So how I can scale up these all things, and how can I create my own brand image. I mean to brand, and I mean to say brand image and brand identity, both the things, or all the brand.
Okay. Now, first thing, as you said, you are already on the verge of creating. You have done a lot of things. So as I said, first step of your brand creation is public relation. Your networking. People around you gives you visibility. Okay. Second thing is from word of mouth, you started getting more business, right? So you are creating your brand in one way. Now, when you want to go on digital aspect, you need to start postings, you need to start sharing, and on which concept are you speaking? So would you like to stick with that concept, or would you like to change the content or your positioning? And on which platform is your audience? Where do you give the on which platforms do you speak, with which gentry, like office or college? Like, what are your target audience?
Mostly I used to go for colleges, because I used to work for an engineering college, and I used to go for schools and colleges.
So with college student, Insta and Facebook, if you'll see the age gap, okay, Insta has more youngsters. They are more active on Insta. So Insta would be the best thing. But on Insta, the live visibility, if you go for live shows on and all, the visibility is less. In terms of Facebook, YouTube, it's more. So you need to be very active on Insta. Start rotating your link, or you can share a few postcards or the post or the videos. I think reels are very good with Insta. So if you can use that on regular basis and you can ask them to get in touch with you for more insights, that will really help you. But in case if you are doing a corporate training, so you are doing a sale which is happening with the corporate, with the college administration and you, right?
Okay.
So when it happens like that, like if you are, see, if you're doing B2C directly, if you're touching the students directly, then Insta and Facebook. But if you're doing B2C directly, then you would love to, you should go for, what do you say, the LinkedIn and other aspects. Because once you go on LinkedIn, you can open up, their first job recruitments tie-ups as well. B2C corporate, campus to corporate, right?
Yeah, right now, actually, I'm using. Sorry, madam, small disturbance. I'll get you back.
Yeah, sure. Anybody else would love to like to know about their brand, or we can take up? Okay, creating my brand for cyber security training, edutech, and awareness. Okay, so cyber security training. So, what would be your target audience, Abasi? Can you come online?
Yeah, so the target audience would be we have partnered with the reforms, what is called as a prisoner reforms. It's a very very different domain because it's not like we are providing only training for the like the professionals like CISPB and like that kind of target audience. This is going to be slightly different. Like apart from the cyber cell, which is a part of the government, right?
Yeah.
This is a different thing. Like the people who are already inside the jail, so the prisoners basically. So the prisoners who have been maybe they are innocent and they have been serving some term in the jail, and they have some background. Maybe they know what is ethical hacking. So some of the stats says that there are the people who are already serving their term in the prisons, but they have maybe they are innocent and they have been booked for some IPCs, and somehow they happen to land in the jail. So the vision and the mission is around like providing just kind of doing good for the society by doing some kind of reforms in the prison, empowering them with the right kind of training, and the cybersecurity is one of them.
Right. So,
They get
see,
trained,
I think
and
your
when they
target
complete their
segment.
so when they complete their maybe the training by sitting inside the prison, they would be well equipped to come back and to the normalcy in their life, to get back to the normalcy in their life, so they can get some job in the cybersecurity domain. They can kind of they can they can in fact become their, or they can become entrepreneur themselves. They can know what is ethical hacking, and they can continue. They can even help the the authorities, like the jail authorities or the the enforcement agencies as to how to prevent the crimes, because they know everything about the crimes, because they themselves have gone through the entire the path.
Perfect. So, see, one is when it comes to sales, your target segment is directly with the government. Your deals, whatever you would be doing, right? The contracts and all, that would be through government. So, in this, social media doesn't help so much. It is more of your contacts, first thing. Second thing, where if you want to have more visibility and all, if you think they would provide you, you can open more segments. Let's not restrict just with the government part. Because government part, I think every year they have a contract, right? And they start giving on every year different training aspects. We keep on changing the contract so that to see variety first and to tell also, now we have worked on this cyber security, now we are coming up with this training project security for the business, because they want to bring the variety to show that they are bringing more value additions to them with different trainings. So probably if you can open up more verticals for you in terms of sales channel, I think that would really work well, because your dependency on one sales channel would not help you. It's a big risk. So whenever
so
it comes
everything
to
under the government umbrella, maybe so that there are other things. So it all are lined up to upstream, like home ministry. Like maybe the cyber cell or this ministry. So once we open up one channel, I am hopeful that we can definitely target the other channels as well. So that is how it works. As you rightly said, the social media is not going to help us a lot. It's all about the conventional way of targeting the target audience, so it is not going to be very much of the online and digital ways, but it will be kind of an offline. We go and educate them or do spread some awareness. So it will be like some kind of a webinars done inside for that community, entire community. So that is how it is going to help.
Right. So in this now, you can be good on LinkedIn. You can do your B2B sales, because these are all industrial products. Like, or you can tap on to the colleges, which are related with this IT softwares and all. So you need to open more verticals, because I always believe in one thing in business. If your dependency on one channel is more, or on one customer is more, it's a risk.
Yeah.
You need to divide
So
your
the partners are all B2B connected on LinkedIn, like EC Council is our training partner. So we bring them their courses into the these reform programs. So the presents basically.
Perfect. I think that will really go well, like, for the business and things. So I am a business coach as well, and help people with different strategy, whether it is sales channels. I myself had worked with banca corporate channels, because corporate channel is on one POS. You understand point of sale. From one point of sale, you open many point of sales. It gives you a lot of revenue. At the same time, it divides your risk. So if you have good 2-3 corporate channels selling across for you, you are in a very easy position. But at the same time, only in corporate vertical is, if your product is like that industrial product, then definitely you have to be there. But open up with more customers and clients so that your risk is divided. Okay, so I can see Ratish hands up. Ratish, would you like to unmute and share?
Yeah, good evening, Nidhi and Mr. Punawala. Yeah, it seems quite interesting. I was just listening. Mr. Punawala was actually exploring a new area. Would like to know who are actually the targeted group for this. Am I supposed to be a target of this cyber training program that he is planning to do? Would you just explain a little more?
Sorry, I didn't get your name. Sorry.
My name is Ratish. Ratishan.
Okay, Ratish.
Ratish, yes, Abasi.
Yeah, so target audience, so anybody who is willing to be kind of what we are having is the entire portfolio of different programs, right? So for example, train the trainers. So somebody who goes and impart this cybersecurity training, somebody who knows what is forensics, for example, right? Somebody who has got an interest or some passion in agencies, or what you call So, for example, like if you know what is what are the good solutions in cyber forensics, something like that, So come up with the new ideas, understand their pain points. So if it is like these government different agencies are falling short of some new solutions, or they are running on very old.
Thanks, Abasi. I think Abasi, we'll take this up later because I think we are going off the track. Ratish, you can contact him in case if you are interested.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Niti. Right intervention. Can you just share your contact number, Mr. Punawala? Then I can connect you later. Whatever. Thank you very much.
So anybody has any query on business, digital, sales, anything, like you guys can take up.
How do you share your contact?
Okay. So thank you so much, Nidhi, for this discussion. And I hope everyone understood that branding is very much important. Any last questions you want to ask? Let me just